So many new sellers, they're stuck on this idea that they need to aim for a very high ROI, and they will not be satisfied unless their inventory sells at a very high margin. But what ends up happening there is that you end up purchasing all this inventory, and then you're sitting on that inventory for months, maybe even half a year. Then long-term storage fees start kicking in. This is when you're not selling. It takes you more than 180 days to sell. Amazon has a fee from between 180 to 270 days. 270 days to 365 days is even higher. And when you go over 1 year, it's even higher than that. There you are, sitting pretty on your inventory because greed has taken over. And other sellers out there don't mind lowering their price, and they are moving inventory like that. My recommendation to you is ask yourself the following question. How are you going to make more money? By selling one unit every 6 months at 40% ROI, or selling one unit every single month, one unit per month at, let's say, 15% ROI, 20% ROI, where you're being more competitive? Obviously, you're gonna be making maybe 3-4 times more when you're selling every single month. Even more importantly, it's gonna take away all that stress that you're feeling when inventory doesn't move. When you open your Amazon seller app and you see 0 sales, that creates stress in your mind. But when you see sales, even at a lower percentage of ROI, that keeps you motivated. It keeps the momentum going. The other main problem that you're going to be facing is the cash flow problem. When you're not selling, you are not getting cash back from Amazon back to you. So you can reinvest that cash flow into more inventory and build your business that way. And this is especially a problem for new sellers, where you may only have, let's say, $1,000 of starting capital. And once you run out of that and you're not selling and that money is not coming back to you, you're stuck. It's a waiting game. But if you are selling at a lower ROI, money's coming back to you, you're getting inspired, motivated, you're purchasing more inventory, and you create this vicious cycle or unvicious cycle where you're constantly growing instead of just sitting, losing momentum, getting disappointed. Also, you gotta focus on what's in your control, not out of your control. What's in your control right now is lowering the price where you're still profitable, but you are winning the buy box. You're outpricing other sellers. You're moving inventory. That's in your control, to lower the price while you're still profitable, of course. You don't want to go into a loss. Now, if you're more of an established seller and you've been doing this for a while, it's okay to sit in your inventory a little bit longer. Maybe you know something. Maybe you have proven sales during a certain seasonal cycle for this product. You know that this product, if you wait long enough, is going to sell very well during Christmas time, for example. You might want to do that, but that's when you don't have a cash flow problem anymore. You don't mind waiting on certain units because you're moving the majority of your inventory at a faster pace. Now, here's another great reason to not sit on your inventory. If you do online arbitrage or retail arbitrage, you're usually buying inventory that is highly marked down in clearance, either online. Let's say a website is having a giant 70% off of certain beauty items, and you go and you get yourself a bunch of those. Or you are at Walmart or Target and you find a certain product that is marked down 90% down, and you grab a shopping cart full of those, do you think you're gonna be the only one doing that? No. Other Amazon sellers are probably scouring through the same websites, they're going through the same Walmarts and Targets, and they're grabbing those deals too, because they're limited deals. Maybe the deal is on for 1 or 2 weeks, and that's it. Well, what's gonna happen? Obviously, the price is gonna start dropping, because suddenly we have a surge of sellers all on the same listing. Now, that might only last a few weeks until the price normalizes again. How does it normalize? Well, when sellers start selling and running out of inventory, there is less supply. And when there is less supply, the price normally goes up. If you're sitting too long on your inventory, yes, you may be able to wait it out. After, let's say, a few weeks or a few months, the price will go back to normal, and you're gonna be able to sell at your target sale price. However, what if the price takes way longer to normalize? A year. Are you really gonna be sitting on your inventory for a year? If you are one of the first sellers to acquire the inventory and price right, by pricing right, the minimum possible ROI to make you happy and to continue getting motivated, you have super high chances of selling your inventory and moving on to the next one and moving on to the next one. And I'm going to tell you even one more advantage of pricing right and moving inventory constantly. Amazon loves that. Amazon blatantly has communicated to sellers that they are not a warehouse. They are not there to store your inventory. Their function is to store your inventory enough so that you can sell and replenish. They hate storing inventory, and that is why they charge astronomical fees once you go past a certain time frame. On the flip side, Amazon loves when you move inventory. Your account health goes up, your IPI score goes up, and that's what determines one of the many factors that go into the buy box winning algorithm. The higher your account health, the higher your IPI score, the more the chances Amazon will give you buy box share. And as you know, when you get buy box share, it's dreamland. You are selling. When you don't get buy box share, you gotta wait. Keep that inventory flowing. Keep that inventory moving. Now let's go into a little bit harder of a conversation. So far, we've been talking about lowering your ROI. You're still in the green and moving the inventory. But what happens when other sellers are priced way lower than you and you are forced to go into the red, go into losses in order for you to keep moving inventory? Well, that's a decision you're going to have to make on a case-by-case scenario. You have to analyze the sales volume for each listing, the pricing that you're at, and how much your losses would be, and the benefit of moving the inventory if you go with that approach. In my case, I don't even look at it manually. I have in my repricer, I have a set of rules that automatically detect the inventory age, how long that item has been in storage. And let's say if it has been in storage for over a month, my repricer will automatically drop it in price. If it has been there for 2 months, it will drop it a little bit more. And then over a certain number of time, then I instruct my repricer to actually go on a loss, to go negative ROI, because I'm more interested in liquidating, moving on with my life. You're gonna have great products that you buy, and you're gonna have a minority of products that are losers. And those you have to eliminate from your life as fast as possible so that you can move on and so that your account continues to be healthy. The important thing is to look at the big picture. If you look at your accounting software year to date, is it showing that you're in the green or is it showing that you're in the red? If you're in the red, that's a big problem. But chances are that you are still in the green overall. You probably heard of the 80-20 rule. If 80% of your inventory is profitable and only 20% of your inventory creates losses, then you're going to be profitable. And that also means that you're learning a lot of lessons along the way. And the biggest lesson is that you got to triple down on that 80% of the inventory that has turned profitable. And you're going to stay the heck away from inventory that has created losses. You're never ever going to buy that again. And you're going to continue buying more of the inventory that has been profitable. Remember, along the way, you're going to start learning so many lessons. You're going to discover new products, new categories, new brands that are extremely profitable. And you're also going to know that some brands and categories just creates losses. It attracts too much competition. The more you do this, the more of a list that you're going to build that you can reference back and continue buying that inventory that is profitable. Anyway, I hope those little words of wisdom. By the way, everything that I tell you, I have walked that path from my own experience. So I hope those little tips and golden nuggets that I just gave you are helpful. If they are helpful, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so I can give you more golden nuggets. Also, make sure to check my online arbitrage leads list that I send out every single day. And I basically do the work for you. And lastly, I'm gonna leave you with this video right here. You can continue learning more about Amazon FBA and online arbitrage. Keep up the good work.